target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, okay. Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks. The A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just do it.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't, LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating, little daddy, LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Big dog from the Tether Road told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Look at my VIP. I snack my. One brick, one miss. Rich took his chick out. We talking starlight ball high, pretty face guy like, bro. How do I exist?
We are approximately 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland. Here's the kicker, Harrison Beavis, out to get us started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go,
right to the air is Daniels. This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Jets, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
60 Eagle.
They'll run with Hall. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
To throw is Daniels. And he'll find Hall. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
19 Lions.
Daniels looking to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Hall ought to give up the middle. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
18, right, 18, ready, 18, pioneer.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Throwing to start the drive. Kendrick, a short throw to Musgrave. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
We're scoreless after 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Kendrick. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Kendrick. Right back to Chris Godwin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd down and 6 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Bijan Robinson with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Kendrick. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Kendrick able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Operating from the gun, Kendrick. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Kendrick. This is caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Throwing now is Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 38 yards. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down and inches. And his throw is going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
To the air goes Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
All the way. 18 Pioneer. Ready. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
A final shot before break. Daniels. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Operating from the gun. Kendrick. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On the give, here's Robinson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
2nd and 11. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Chris Godwin, 44 yards. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He's got it at the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Back to throw now on 1st down.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. In motion comes the tight end left. 2nd and 9 now. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Kendrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Kendrick. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground with Robinson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Kendrick. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we got them now.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Jets! Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. To the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniels. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Daniels looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run with Hall. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after. after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 4. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Daniels going to throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Daniels. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Daniels. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Jets are going to get the football back at their own 17. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Jets, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season